week long we've been talking about this idea of winning the war in our mind. And we've done this by looking at how we can thank God for what didn't happen, or we can even pre-frame situations before they happen. But today, I want to give us another practical tool. A tool based off what Mike said Sunday. This idea of looking around for God's blessings. I love this verse from Psalm 31:19, where it says, "Oh, how abundant is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you, and worked for those who take refuge in you, in the sight of the children of mankind." Oh, how abundant is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you, and worked for those who take refuge in you. Oftentimes, I believe the enemy uses the darkness that surrounds us to impact our thoughts, to make us not want to focus on the good things that God might be doing in our lives, but to truly focus on the negative. But part of taking our thoughts captive is by looking around for what God is doing in our life that is good. Because here's what I believe: if there's a breath in your lungs, and if you are chasing after Jesus, if you are trying to figure something out, then there are good things God is doing in your life, and there are things that He wants you to see. I wish I had known that my sophomore year of college. You see, my sophomore year of college, I struggled really hard with depression, and I oftentimes hid myself in my dorm room. But if I would have just opened my eyes, I would have seen that God's goodness was playing out for me in the lives of my friends, those who were knocking on my door, checking on me at least once a day, just to see if I was okay. If I would have opened my eyes, I would have realized I had people I could have talked to open up to about my problems and to figure things out. But instead I didn't. Instead I focused on the darkness. It wasn't for probably about a year later that I realized that I could focus on the good things that God was doing around me as opposed to the darkness that I felt that was surrounding me. I had to look, though, for the good things that God was doing. And oftentimes it's the looking part that you and I forget to do. And so an activity that I do that's really helped me and that I want to encourage you to maybe try this morning is simply open up your journal and spend 5 minutes just writing out the good things God is doing in your life. Maybe it's something good in your family. Maybe it's something good in your job. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is for you, but maybe there's a good thing happening in your life that you know is coming from God. I want you to write that out. And I want you to thank God for it. And I want you to use it to drive your thoughts today. Use it to drive your thoughts that God is still moving and working and active in your life. Use it to drive your thoughts and take captive of maybe what might be negative in your life and say, but there's this other good thing God is doing. And if He's doing a good thing here, man, He'll do a good thing here at some point. He'll redeem this broken mess here too. And use this activity as a motivator, as a driver to take captive your thoughts. Because when we stop and look around and see what God is doing, we're reminded that He does do good things for us. He does surround us with goodness. And we're reminded of this promise found in John 1 as well, that the light shines in the darkness and the darkness could not overcome the light. And if that promise is true, and if we believe Jesus is who He says He is, then there is light in your life that the darkness cannot overcome. So focus on that light today. Focus on that light by intentionally looking and writing out the good things God is doing in your life. Because taking captive our thoughts is not something we can do passively. It's something we have to do actively by choosing to look for what God is doing. Hey, I'm praying for you, and I hope you have a great day.